Hi everyone, it's Tim here again, and today I've got a friend with me. I've got Pete, who's here to show off what Google Docs can do. So I'd like to start spreading the word about some of the things that Google has created, some of the applications, and Google Docs is probably one of the most powerful ones for your assignment writing, for group work, for presentations, for just about anything really. So let's start. So it's very, very similar to Microsoft Word. So I'm in the student web and I'm in one of the nursing hubs, aged care hubs, sorry. And I'm just going to pick an assignment for us to show what it can do. So I'm going to pick this assignment, which is a aged care assignment about OHS. Now I've downloaded the assignment. You can see it down here. The next thing I'm going to do is actually go to Google Docs. And I'm already logged in. And I'm just going to start a blank document. I'm going to go File, Open, Upload, and find the document that I just downloaded, which is just here. Let it upload. And hopefully what will happen is the program will actually assimilate all the information out of that previous Word document and bring it up. So just to show you, this is still Google Docs, but just to show you, this is what it looks like in Microsoft Word right here. So you've got the CAE symbol, you've got the Box Hill symbol, you've got all the information about the cover sheet. And if you look over here in the Google Docs, it's copied the format pretty much 100%. So sometimes you will have to fiddle with the formatting, but it's pretty good. Now, what's the first benefit of all of this? Well, the benefit of all of this is I can use it on the computer, I can use it on the phone, I can use it on tablets, I can use it on just about anything. We're going to show you a few of those benefits today. Probably the first thing I want to show you is how you can share a document. So if you wanted me to mark a document, or you wanted Pete to look at a document, or you wanted anyone to be able to look at a document to help you out, you just come up here to share. And you can either send them a link, so you can copy this link and send it to them in an email, or you can just punch in the person's email address. Now that's the one we're going to use today. I'm going to send this to Pete, and you've got to make sure that the person you're sending it to can edit if you want them to edit it, or they can comment, they can add in comments, but they can't actually edit your work, or they can just view it. But I suggest that if you're working with other people or you want me to look through your assignment, leave it as editing. And you can just add a note and say, hey Pete, here's the assignment I want to work on. It's just like an email. I'll click send. It'll take a few seconds to get through to Pete. So I'll just let Pete go into his email and get the document up and running as well. And while he does that, I just want to talk a little bit about some of the other things that the Google app or the Google Docs will really allow you to do. So all the tools here are just like they are in Word. So you can insert images, you can insert links, equations, drawings, and you can see just as Pete's opened up the document, here he is up here. And if he clicks his cursor somewhere, there he is up there. So now we're both in this document. So Pete, can I get you to just type your name into the student name? And what I want to show you is what we call live editing. This is just a quick example, and then me and Pete are going to do a more advanced example. So he's typed in his name, and then just behind him, I'm going to write Tim Scholl and Peter Sugden. So now we're going to come down and we're going to both edit this. So the great thing about this is there's a little chat function up in the top right hand corner here, and I can say to Pete, hey Pete, you do question 2 and 3 and I'll do 1 and start on 4. Sound good? that goes instantly to Pete. It's just like Facebook Messenger. You can send images, you can send links, you can send just about anything. Now, I know Pete's in the room with me, but let's pretend that, Pete could be on the other side of the world for all we care, really. As long as we both have an internet connection, we can both do this. So Pete's about to start. I'm going to start doing question 1. So I've got to define a hazard. And you can see as we're typing that both of us are updating at the same time. Now, the reason why this is just so incredible is because if I want to mark your assignment when you're just finishing it up, if you're just in the process of doing your referencing and you want me to start looking over your assignment, then you can send me the link, start making your reference list while I start scanning through your assignment and suggesting changes. Or if you're doing group work, you can do what me and Pete are doing right now and actually both work on the exact same document at the same time. And if you make mistakes, you make mistakes. You've got other people there to be able to help you and check your formatting and make things look like you want to make them look. So if I want to put things in, or Pete doesn't like my formatting, he can change it back if he wants to. While he's doing that, I'm going to start on the next question. And of course, if you're formatting the document and you're changing the format, it's going to affect the other person. But if you're typing, it's not going to, I'm not actually getting in the way of Pete at the moment. You can see he's still up here. He's still adding things in. And if Pete had made a mistake, he's pretty precise. But if he does make a mistake, I can come in behind him right now and I can change things. So here he is here, making mistakes, and I can say, hold on a minute, what are you doing? he can go and change it back. So it's really handy to be able to immediately correct problems, send messages to people. Like while Pete's doing that, I might come back to the PowerPoint and find some information for him and copy it, bring it into the chat and say, hey Pete, look at this. Pete gets the message. He can start looking at the different types of hazards that are involved in the next question. He can start looking at, I could send him a screenshot of, so as I was saying, if Pete needed this and he couldn't find it or there was something wrong, I could take a screenshot. Save it. I could put the image into the document and actually just say to Pete, hey, look at this. And Pete can look at it. It's now on his computer. So even though that's in the way of the format, he can just drag that off on his computer and then delete it. Or he can put it wherever he wants in the document. Doesn't really matter. So the fact is that two of you can, or multiple people, can edit a document at once. Once you're done with it, then you think, oh, well, hold on a minute, my teacher, how do I get this to my teacher? Well, you can actually download this as a Word document or a rich text format if you've got like high quality images and stuff in there. As a PDF, I wouldn't suggest that though, because then your teachers won't be able to mark it easily. So if you stick with those document formats, and the minute I click one of those, it'll just download it as it would any other document. I open it up, and here's mine and Pete's edited work already in here. Even pictures and all. So really powerful tool, especially for group work. if you are using it on your phone, you can actually keep the document offline, edit it while you're traveling in on the tram or the train. Then when you reconnect to an internet connection, it will just update the document. So that's another handy tool, is that you can actually work on your assignments now while you're on the train on your phone. So that's pretty much it for the docs presentation.